Hello guys, this is Nathan. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Django proxy models. So you might think, why would I need to know about proxy models? So that's what I was thinking about at first, but then I realized some things can be done better with proxy models. So let's first load the documentation. I'm going to load it from here. Okay, so we have proxy models. So what are proxy models? What does the documentation tell us about proxy models? So when using multi-table inheritance, blah, 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 I want to jump to this part. What is proxy model inheritance for? So creating a proxy for the original model, what does it mean? You can create, delete, update instances of the proxy model, and all the data will be saved as if you were using the original. That means you don't have to create different database tables for different behavior. You can save in a different way, you can order in a different way, and you can do many different things with it. So we have an example here from the documentation, but I'm going to show you a better example in Windsurf. So let's start by creating a project with Django admin. Start project. We're talking about proxy models, so let's just say proxy model. We want to go inside the folder, and then let's create an app. So I'm going to use an example with orders. So we're going to have an order, and then we're going to have a pending order proxy, and then a shipped order proxy. Why do we need those proxies? I want to show you how you can manage orders with a status field, which shows us if it's pending or if it's shipped. But then you don't have to always go and check if it's shipped or pending using the status field. You can do it with the Python classes that you get with the proxy model. So let's start the app. Let's call it order. I hope you guys get the idea of what I'm trying to do, but you'll understand it soon. So we will add the order here. I got this example from ChatGPT because at first I was like, why would anyone need proxies? Like, give me a practical example, and then it gave me a good example. Okay, so let's create an order with models.model, and then we will have a status. We can of course add choices like P for pending and then S for shipped, but let's just make it simple, and let's just say we will want to just save it as pending, the whole string, instead of using choices. And then the total amount, we're going to use models dot, is this a Python keyword? I don't know. Models dot decimal field, right? So I think we need max digits. I don't know, let's do this decimal places too. Yeah, I think that's how you do it. And let's add another one for pending order. I think we should inherit from order, and then we will have the class meta, and proxy is equal to true. So this is basically what we're going to do. We have a shipped order from order and class meta, proxy is equal to true. So guys, you might think like, what are we doing here? What's the point of this? Okay, I'm going to show you. So let's just see what we get from this. Okay, we can go to shell, but first we should migrate things, make migrations, manage.py, migrate, and then we will open the shell. Okay, so let's import the order. We can do pending order and shipped order. I'm going to show you how this could be used in several ways. Okay, so let's just create an order with a normal order object. we have status, pending, and we have total 100. Oh, sorry, we have total amount. Okay, we have an object, and we can also do pending order dot objects dot create status is pending, and the total amount is 50. So basically it does the same thing. Okay, but what I want to do instead is I don't want to manually tell it the status is pending when I'm using the pending order. Okay, so let's just override the save. Why am I not getting the save? Okay, it's just a normal save, right? Yeah. So instead of this long thing, let's just say save self args. Yeah, this is how you do it. Keyword arguments, and then we have self dot save with args and keyword arguments, and then we'll just say if self dot pk is none, that means we may want to change the pending order to a shipped order. So we don't want to make this a hard rule that we're saving status pending on save. We just want to check if we are creating an order using the pending order proxy, that means self.pk is none, it's not yet created. Then we're going to say self.status is equal to pending. Okay, let's do the same for this one. I think this is how you write the save method, right? With args and keywords. Let me just check here. Let me check if we can do this. Yeah, I think we can do this. We should use super here. That would have been bad, I think. Is that going to be a recursive thing? So yeah, we have this. Basically it will be shipped by default, but we definitely don't want to create a shipped order. By default we're going to create a pending order and then ship it. So when we ship it, we will change the status from pending to shipped. And instead of making this like this, if you had like this, what am I opening here? If you had it without the check here, if we don't have the if statement, that means this is going to check. If it is like this, then it's always going to make the status pending. That's why I added it. But in the ship method, let's add a ship method. Let's add self, because we may need it, and self.status, we will make it shipped, and self.save. We can also return shipped order, right? Yeah, shipped order dot objects dot get, and we have id, or let's use pk. I'm not sure if I can use id in this case, but let's use pk, and then we will have self.pk. I think I want to have this on the top just to be safe, because we are referencing it. Okay. So we will do this. Let's try this. So here in the save method, we have this, we have shipped here. Okay. From order dot models import, let's say we want to import, let's import everything at first. Order, pending order, and then we have shipped order. So when we create with order, we have to give it the status, right? Let's say we have pending here, and then we have total amount, which is 20. That's just a normal thing to do. But when we use pending order right here, it should save pending automatically, and we don't have to write the status manually. Pending order dot objects dot create, and then we have the total amount. And then let's say something that we didn't already save, 40 I think. So we have this order, the ID is 4. Let's just try to get it. Okay, so let's say pending order is pending order. We don't really need to do this, we can do this with order, the original model, but let's say objects dot get, where the primary key is 4. Let's say pending order dot, let's say status pending. So what if we did this with a shipped order? Let's try shipped order dot objects dot create, and then we have total amount of 1. Okay, the pk is 5. Let's say shipped order is equal to shipped order objects dot get, where the primary key is 5. So let's see shipped order dot status. This is shipped. So this is one use of why we may want to use proxy models. But let me show you another thing with the managers. Okay, but first let's see how many pending orders we have. We have a lot, right? Let's just count 5. Okay, and then if we count with the main, it's also 5. We don't want that. We want to get the query set where the status is only pending for the pending order proxy model. So let's write a manager here, manager models dot manager, and then we have gets query set. Let me see how I should do this. To be honest, I'm not really experienced with managers because I just avoid them, guys. Okay, yeah, so yeah, this is because I asked ChatGPT for an example, so I know like what the code would look like, but I'm trying to write this myself. So let's say return super and get query set. And guys, I don't think anyone should memorize code, right? You should just try some things and just know what kind of things you should use in certain cases. So subdots, we got the query set, and then we will filter for status, which is pending. Okay, let's just try this. Maybe I made an error when I wrote this. So we have objects here. Okay, now let's exit this and load it again from order dot models import pending order. I hope right now we will have less amount or count for pending orders. We have only 4, but we didn't do it for shipped order. We didn't actually import it. If you see here, we should get 5 because of course we didn't do the manager for the shipped order. So basically we can just copy this, paste. One of the best tools in coding, I think, is copy paste. Then we have shipped, we have objects in shipped order. So this is it. Let's just go back and load it again. There was a command that I knew to load the shell again, but I don't remember it, to be honest. Let's from order dot models import shipped order and pending order. So you can see shipped order dot objects dot let's count. We have only one shipped order, and we have, why would you not need this? So you may be writing a view set in REST framework, so you may write something like, let me open views for, so if you had REST framework, for example, I have not installed it in this virtual environment, but let's say if you import from REST framework.viewset, and then you import generic viewset or something, and then you say like from the mixins you import the list model mixin, which means you want to list all of these orders, and then you want to show it in the UI of a user. Then you can say pending order view set, and you have those. Then in the query set you're going to have, I didn't import it, but you're going to have pending order dot objects dot o, and then you don't have to worry about filtering the status. And you can have another one here for shipped, and then you can have a an action, for example, right, for detail true, and then you'll get the you know, methods, everything. I'm just trying to show you, this is like pseudocode. And then you have ship action. So I think you have self request and pk is equal to none here, something like this. Then you might say order is self.get object, you get that, and then you'll say order dot ship. But in this case we're trying to return the order here. When we have the ship method, we have shipped order, right? So this one will become a shipped order object, and then we can return it. Okay, and then the next time you come to this URL or this API endpoint, you won't get the pending order again, because the query set will filter it. It's now in the shipped order objects. So this is the application I would think how I would use this. So another way is to add fields, like if you say add property, and then you add like can ship, and then you return true, because if it's pending you can ship it, right? But if it's already shipped, you cannot ship it. If that's just a rule, you don't want to just check every time if the status is pending or not before you allow this in your view set. For example, you can just do this. Let's write, oh no, okay, let's say from I keep forgetting the app name, import pending order shipped order. Let's say pending order is, let's just pick one of the pending orders dot first. Let's see pending order dot status, it's pending, and then let's see pending order dot can ship is true. But what about for the shipped order? Let's get it with is equal to shipped order dot objects dot first. I think we only have one shipped order, to be honest. Dot status, it's shipped, and then let's check if we can ship the shipped order. False. Okay, you can add fields here, you can have functions like this. In pending order we have ship, and then you can make your life easier in the views or other places, maybe the serializers. I don't know, you should be creative on how you should use these. So guys, now you know how and where to use proxy models. So if you like this, please share this with a Django developer, and if you guys don't like Django, I'm sure you're going to like Django. It's just a matter of time. Goodbye.